So here you are putting yourself through the fire. You are doing what needs to be done. It's a painful process. You realize this. You realize the negative aspects about your nature. You realize how those aspects cause you to make choices that have led you into pain, into painful, uncomfortable situations, into that have delayed your growth, that have delayed your successes. And now, because you understand yourself, now, of course, you're not going to focus all on the negative, but we have to be accountable. You realize this. You have to be responsible for yourself. As much as you observe the positive aspects, you know that there are negative aspects about you that need work. The positive are easy to amplify. The negative sometimes hide. The negative sometimes want to be ignored. The negative sometimes will not want to be acknowledged because it destroys the identity we have created about ourselves and what we project onto the world. So we hide it. But not you. Not you. You've decided to confront these things, however painful it is. So in the midst of this journey, you realize that it's as if I am losing friends. It's as if I am losing the connections I've formed when I was this being I used to be. Why does that happen? You realize that, one, there are people who will not want to go on this journey that you're going on for the very reasons that I've mentioned, that it is a painful process that demands you to observe yourself without without pulling the covers over your eyes. Brutal honesty with yourself. It demands consistency. It demands hard work. It demands you to be something you've never been. It's a route you're not aware of. So crouching in darkness is something that many people do not want to do because of its uncertainty. You've been this kind of person for so long, so even if it's detrimental to your life, well, at least I know. I know the path, I can see it. So you'll find many of your friends, even your family members, they haven't observed themselves. They weren't interested in doing that. And even if you bring up the topic, even by conversation alone, it pierces their hearts. It's burning. Because whether it is on a conscious or unconscious level, they feel the power in the words you're telling them. The truth. It's heavy. And so how can this kind of person, who the hell do they think they are, to bring up this kind of information to me, to show me my own self, my faults? And so people will turn away from you and you'll be lonelier than you've ever been. At least that is how you'll perceive it for a start. But you need to realize that you've been lonely this whole time. You've been among people who really did not have direction. And so you're giving yourself direction, and this sense of loneliness just comes from a place of you haven't found like-minded people who resonate with you, who are vibrating along the same frequency as you, who have the same needs as you, who have the same fire as you. You should not give that up at any cost. You should not give yourself these silly trinkets called companionship that does not have any substance, because you're going to take yourself back to where you are, back to where you were getting yourself out of. You'd rather feel the pain of not having anyone, because you'll realize that this pain is again something that will catapult you to the next stage, self-dependency. You will painfully realize that you have no one to depend on, whether it is advice, whether it is support, whatever it is you need at any stage. You'll realize that, well, hey, I am alone. And you will have to swallow that bitter pill, and you will have to grope continuously through the darkness. Sometimes you'll find light, sometimes it will go again. The light will disappear. You will have to do that by yourself until you learn how to walk, until you build yourself the structures that you need to build. You will realize that previously you had nothing. You did not have any commitment. You did not have any discipline. You did not know what you want. But now, because you do not have anyone, no mentor, no blueprint, nothing, you will have to build these things for yourself. And what will you realize after that? Now, this again will catapult you into the next stage. You will be building something. And now because you allowed yourself to depend on yourself, then the structures that you have built, the discipline that you built, the commitment that you built will now serve you in this new stage. Notice that everything has a purpose. From a place of nothingness to a little bit of substance, a bit of foundation, and then it starts becoming solid. And then now you have a vision, and that vision is backed up by your structures. And you'll start to have a feeling of, these things that I am creating, they could possibly work. You will now have faith in yourself. Where will that faith and esteem have come from? You will have taken yourself through the process of building yourself up, building your emotional dependency, building your mental capability, building the right languages, cause you to take yourself into rooms and speak with confidence. And then people will stand there and say, hey, people are lucky. People, the way they can, hey, they're so lucky, and they don't know where you came from. They don't know you were the ugly duckling back then. They don't know that you used to stammer as you speak. They don't know that you did not have the right vocabulary. But now they will want to celebrate you now. Remember that those kind of people, they're not the people you're supposed to carry. Again, you'll be carrying dead weight on your back. It will start becoming heavy. You want to walk with people who have their own 2 feet on their ground. The same way you did, no luck, no nothing. The same way you created your own systems, those are the kind of people you want to walk with. Because in their own way, the way they created their own systems and structures, they will give you bits and pieces of advice. Now you will have the mentors you need. And now you'll be able to depend and rely on their word. You will trust them because you will have seen the vision that has come alive. You will trust them because you know what it is to walk barefooted. You know the process of acquiring shoes, and you will be able to infer that kind of energy from other people, the right kind of people. So you need to take heart at this point. As you walk through this process, take heart. Again, do not be tempted. I mean, you'll be tempted. You'll be given a choice. Life will want to see whether you are truly committed to this new life that you want. So the old sometimes will surface to try and test you. Yes, are you going to come out to? Don't laugh at these people. Say no. Ignore the calls. Let them talk. But you know where you're going. I wish you all the best.